Hey everyone, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm going to show you how I've made this. It's like a triple panel shaker card. I just made this on a Facebook Live craft along, and I thought I would just go straight in and make a YouTube version as well. So this is how the card looks at the front. It's a 6x6 size, and then you open it up and you've got this scene here, and you can see all the snow, the faux snow that moves around inside there. You've got that lovely shine from the holographic card, and then they all fold over like so, and then on the back you've got your space to write your message. There is dimension onto this, however I think it would fit quite nicely in a bouncy envelope, but if you don't want to use one of them and maybe you're posting it, then I would pop it in one of my box envelopes, and I'll link both of those here. But it's very straightforward to make, so let me show you how. So I've used the Paper Discovery kit for this one. It's box 25. This is going to be the last Christmas card that I'm going to make with the kit. However, it's gnome themed and it's got, you know, lots of kind of new home sentiments and things like that. So I'm just going to change the colours, and this is going to work, you know, all year round. If you just don't use the Father Christmas and his sleigh, and then you have a couple of Christmas sentiments, but the rest is going to work all year round. So it's certainly one that I think I can still get a lot more use from for a few months anyway, until more things come along and I start using those. So I've got some circle dies as well, and I've used this woodland embossing folder on both the cards. And then for today's one, I'm just going to do all silver and white and the grey, just all those same kind of colours. So I've already prepared everything here. I've got some artificial snow there as well to pop in the little snow globe. So that's, you get these in the kit. You get 5 of them, I think it was. Yeah, because I've got 4 here, then I've used one. Yes, I'm going to take another one there. You also get some bows, and I added the bow on the top here, which I didn't do during the live, so that was a little extra, so I'm going to do that. So I've already gone ahead and cut everything. We'll talk about that in a moment. So first of all, I'm going to get your card blank. So you want a 6x6 card blank, and then you want an extra piece. If you're cutting it all from scratch, then you're going to want a piece of 12x6, and then along that 12-inch side you're going to score it 6 inches, and you just fold and burnish. And this piece is 6x6.5. If you don't have 12-inch cardstock, use your A4 and just score that in half. So it's usually around 5 7/8, and then you'd want that to be 5 7/8 wide, and then cut another piece that is the square size plus half an inch. And then again, if you've got 11-inch, then I would do 11 by 5.5 and score along the 11 at 5.5, and then cut a piece of 5.5 by 6 and score just like I did there. So you've got a 1/2-inch tab at the end. So it's easy to do. As long as you've got a square shape card, you're just adding on another piece. We're making a long 3-panel card there. So that's what you want to achieve. So we can actually do that step next. So I'm going to use my stronger glue. So I'm just going to add some glue all down that side there. This is about a 250 GSM, but you do end up adding some mats and layers onto this, so it does make it quite strong. So I'm just going to pop this so it's on the back. So that's all folded nicely there. So we'll get rid of the scoreboard. So that's everything stuck down there. So you can see you want the right that folds over, and then the left. And just make sure you've got that nice 6x6 square. If you want to watch the Facebook Live of the of this version being made, it's quite funny. There was quite a few kind of, I wouldn't say mistakes, I just changed lots of things, but then I did stick all this down almost without forgetting to put the snow inside. So it's quite funny. I enjoy doing them. So yeah, if you want to watch that, it's about 2 hours long. Then like I said, they're always shared there. So the papers I've used are from an old paper pad of mine. I'm down to the last few papers. This one was from last year, so I used this scene on the first card, and then I'm using this scene on today's. So I've cut myself a piece of mirrored cardstock. This is what's going to go on the very front. So if I fold that in so you can see where I'm working. So that's 5 3/4 squared, and then the pattern paper is 5.5 squared. So I'm going to stick that one on there. Okay, so that's all in place. Then I'm going to take the circle die, which is in the kit. So this is the die set. So you want to take your circle, but any size circle that you have. If you don't have the kit, just get a circle that's going to fit in the card. And then I've already gone ahead and cut the frame, so you can see that there. And again, you can see all these steps in the Facebook Live. I've just gone ahead and already got that one ready. So first of all, I'm going to sit this, open up the card, I'm going to sit this in the middle, and you're going to keep this middle part so you don't waste nothing. So what I would recommend is if you're using a tape, make sure it's a low tack tape, because sometimes if you add tape, I always say add it more to the side that you don't want to keep, but because we want both of this, you want to make sure that it's got a low tack. So you can just take some of the stickiness off there. But this is just the washi tape, it's actually not too bad. So I'm just going to get that in the middle and then pop that one on there, like so. And I'm going to run that through my die machine. So remember to keep that piece. And then I'm going to stick this one here, and we're going to die cut straight into that one in a minute. But I'm now going to stick this one over here and then die cut it again. It's just easier to do this separately. I mean, depending on your die machine, maybe if you've got like a Gemini or a strong electronic machine, it may cut through this layer, the mirrored card, and that one all together. But for mine, I've got the Sizzix Big Shot. I just wanted to do this last layer separately. Now you can do mirrored again, and this one I haven't, because I want the middle part to really pop with all the shine and everything. So these just have single layers. So I'm going to add my glue. And I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I also don't want to go right up to the edge here because there's a bit of a frame. So these are 5 3/4 squared. So I'm just going to come around there with my glue and then just fill in the middle here. That's that one. And then I'm just going to stick this one right down, and then we can cut through this layer quite easily. Okay, and what I'll also do is stick down the middle piece, which I've embossed with that embossing folder. So I've got that lovely like birch tree design there on that piece. Again, 5 3/4 squared. You could matte and layer this one, so if you want to have a silver border you can. But again, I'm just going to stick this one directly onto the middle of the card there. So those are all drying. So next you want to cut back through that piece again. So just flip it over, and with that die, you want to lock it back into that circle, and it should fall in there quite easily. And then I'm just going to add a little tape just to secure that in place. Like so, and then just run that through your machine. Okay, so that's that side cut. And then we want to do the same, but you want to make sure that they line up. So what you want to do is pop that one over and then that one over. And if you just grab yourself a pencil and just draw around that one. And then you can open this one up and sit your die over that one. And then just run that one through. And that will then cut through that piece. Okay, so again, just pop that one out like so. And then if you just test that everything will line up as well, you can pop your dome. Now you can buy these online. They're shaker domes. Lots of companies sell them. I think Crafters Companion have their own. I know Hunkydory do. Tonic Studio probably do. Lots of companies have done these, and I'm sure if you just put in shaker dome acetate, then they will come up. But also a few people in the chat, and I didn't even think about it, but they said that different lids on your dips, so like hummus, sweet and I say sweet and sour, sour cream and chive, onion dips, all kinds of dips, they all come in these clear little tubs with these kind of shaped lids. And a couple of the ladies said if they've got the lip like this, then they will work. So maybe you've already got it in your fridge. So just pop that in behind there and then close that one, and I can see they perfectly line up. So we've got all of that in place, so I can now add my frame. So I'm going to stick this frame on the front. I've then got, just thinking actually, I might change this one. I might have this one on the front, because you don't end up seeing that one because it then goes to the back. But to just enjoy this beautiful frame a bit more, I think I'll do this one differently. So this is when this comes back into play, because we're going to now pop that back in a minute. And we're going to add our detail and our shaker elements inside this, which will give it a clean. But then I've got these two frames which go either side here. So I'm going to use my quick grab glue here and just stick all of those down. So that's all the frame stuck down. Also, just to mention how you make your frame, you want to start with the original circle size that you used to cut the aperture, which was this one in the kit. So whatever size you got, whether it's square, diamond, doesn't matter the shape, but you want to then cut it along with the next size up. It could be 2 sizes up if you want a thicker frame, but I cut this with a circle die that I had that was just slightly bigger. Tape them together and then run them through your machine. So you then want this piece here. Now on this one, I added these little extra pieces to create like a rolling snowy hill. But because of the paper, it's already got that lovely design. I'm just going to keep it as it is. So I have these little pieces here, which I've die cut from the dies here. So you've got the deer, you've got the trees. These are the mountains and like the snow hills there. And I think that was it, yeah, because there's the 2 deer there. So I'm going to do a slightly different arrangement here. So let's maybe have, how does that deer look like? It's, yeah, I kind of like them together. So I have this one. I'll just pop some foam on the back. And then those 2 together. I might not need all 3 of the trees. Maybe I'll just have the 2. Yeah, I think the 2 would be nice. Now, one thing I'm going to do differently to this one is I've stuck the sentiment on top of this because there was a lot going on. It's quite full. But I'm thinking in this one, I might be able to get away with having the sentiment inside here. I think that's going to work. What I might have to do is take the foam off of the very back. There we go. The 2 lots of foam was too much dimension, but just that one piece in the middle, I think it's actually going to work quite nicely with that one. So I use some of my stronger glue and we just pop that one like so. Just make sure it's nice and straight. So whilst that's just drying, I've got this one here, and you'll need some thin tape. And you're going to stick it all around the little lip and just bend it around. Don't worry if the release paper all starts to buckle, because that will all flatten once you remove it. But just work your way around, following the shape. Next, we want to stick this onto here. So again, I'm going to use some of my stronger glue. This is all Calcott. Whenever you see clear glue, it's the Calcott construction. I just decant it into an old Beacon 3-in-1 bottle, and then I've got it into a smaller bottle there for just those smaller areas. It will just add lots of strength. So I'm going to close that and then pop it in. That way we know we've got it right in the middle. It'll just piece itself back into that bit nicely, and then you can just lift that up and just secure that. Just going to give this a little clean inside. I've just got some rubbing alcohol there just to spray. A little bit of kitchen towel and just give that a good wipe. I can wipe the outside once I've stuck it down, but you want to make sure that this is nice and clear. And you haven't got any sticky marks or anything on it, like so. And then don't forget your snow, which I nearly did in the live. Now I am just going to, before I stick this down, I think the reason I had some clumps is because I remember using this one in a 3D project, and when I had all the mess afterwards, I just scooped it all up and put it in the bag, when actually I think there was some thick glue pieces, like chunky, you know, clunky pieces. So I'm just having a feel around there. I wasn't able to do this with the other one because I'd already partly sealed it, but I think that feels okay. I don't need to add a lot, it's just a very small amount there. And just take your release paper off there. Again, give it one last check that you've got nothing in there you don't want. And then you can just stick this over the top, and I'd recommend popping it in there as you stick it down, because that will ensure the card is going to close. There we go. I'm just going to use my bone folder so I can just go around, make sure that's all secure. Don't worry about how this all looks because you're going to cover it with that beautiful frame. That one now should be able to sit, which it does perfectly. And then that one goes over as well. So let's give that a shake. And you'll see now, we've got that lovely snowy scene. I think it looks really cool. So then I'm going to grab the frame and you can just see it totally transforms that now. So I'm going to again use my quick grab glue and then just follow that dome shape. You can't go wrong, you know, sticking it all over it because it will only match around that shape and size. Lastly, I've got my panel for the back. So this one's going to stick here. So this is 5 3/4 squared. And I heat embossed this and I used Wishing You a Magical Christmas sentiment that was free with the Creative Stamping magazine. It was the issue 100 when there was all those different stamp sets. I'll open that up just so I can flatten that a bit. And then just add a very small bead of glue onto the back there. And you don't want it to be seen when you open the card on that side, so it's going to just sit above there. And it kind of looks like a hanging ornament, I think, like that. And if you have any sticky glue, any smear marks, smudges, anything on your mirrored card, put a little bit of rubbing alcohol onto some kitchen paper and you can just buff it straight off. It's almost instant, just rubs away straight away. And then if there's any streaks left, just, you know, buff it off as if you were polishing and it will just bring that up so it's nice and shiny again. And I can just give the front of this another wipe, make sure there's no sticky marks on anything else. There's the finished card. I love the grey and the white. I think it looks really nice with that silver. And I open it up and you've got that lovely big card. So it can be displayed like this or just display it like a normal card as well if they haven't got the room. And then you've got all that space on the back to write your message. And I'll show you the blue one again. Again, looks really nice when it's open. So there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this triple panel shaker card, aperture card, not quite sure. It'll be in the title anyway. I will link what I've used in the description box below. The kit has sold out though, so I won't be able to link that exact product, but I'll see if I can find any of these dome shaker pieces. These sentiments were from Hobbycraft, so I should be able to link those. Cycle dies, stuff like that. I mean, it'll be there and then you can just go and do your own research and check out prices and stuff. But as always, thank you for watching. I'll link up a couple more shaker cards and stuff so you can maybe watch those next. And take care. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye.